Welcome back to TKL Talks. I am TKL, and as you know, this platform is dedicated to empowered women so that we can have candid and authentic conversations about life's highs, lows, ebbs, and flows. Why? Because empowered women need to be empowered too. But before we get into it, y'all know I need y'all to like and subscribe to our channel expeditiously. And don't forget to hit those notifications so that you can be abreast of every juicy episode thereafter. And yes, this is TKL Talks. I'm not only talking to my guests, but I'm talking to you too. So make sure y'all get in those comments. Let us know if you feel in the conversation. Give us some feedback so we know that you are in the building with us. But today, I have such an amazing episode, and I'm so excited to introduce you to my guest. Today's episode is titled Help. I'm married to a powerhouse, the husband's edition. That's right. Y'all see, I'm not in our normal location. I got the secret access to the man cave. And today I have two amazing husbands on the show. And we can't wait to get into this conversation to help maybe some other brothers who out there who need some assistance with an amazing empowered woman in their life. So first, I want to welcome my first guest, Ron Jacob Johnston in the building. Good. In the building. Let me just tell you a little bit about this amazing man. Ronald Jacob Johnston Jr., he is a licensed cosmetologist. He is an entrepreneur, an instructor. He is also the co-owner of two salons, one with his twin daughters, another with two business partners. He is also a music artist known as Ron Jacob. He owns an entertainment company, Being the Johnstons, and G&M Productions. He also is a social media influencer and with a focus of inspiring people to be the best versions of themselves. He's a husband of almost 25 years to his amazing, beautiful wife, Michelle Johnston. They are the proud parents of four amazing children. His beautiful wife, Michelle Johnston, she owns her own leadership school, y'all. She also co-manages their twins, the Johnston twins, with him. And she also is an author releasing her third book. As we speak, Lifting Elephants is a book on leadership. My goodness, Ron Jacob Johnston Jr., welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And not only do I have Ron Jacob Jr. in the building, I have another amazing husband who also is a serial entrepreneur. He is a man of God, a husband of 8 years, father of 7. He's a multiple business owner, like I mentioned earlier, a youth ministry leader, mentor, and student. He's married to the beautiful Jasmine Moore, who is the only woman that he knows that does more than himself. His beautiful wife, Jasmine, is also an entrepreneur, a career woman. She's a mentor, an activist, and a social media professional. Terrell Moore, welcome to the show, my brother. Welcome.
What's going on?
Oh my goodness. So listen, we don't have a whole lot of time, so we're going to jump right into this juicy topic. So fellas, being married to a powerhouse, I know for myself and for my husband, it can be challenging. It can be a lot to handle. But I want to ask you guys, what challenges do you face being married to a powerhouse? Ron?
I don't. I wouldn't use the word challenges personally because I don't have challenges. Intentional on keeping her first. She's a reflection of me, and I'm a reflection of her, and we're a reflection of God.
Yeah.
So there's no challenges there. When it comes to that, I mean, I digress to her strong points. She digressed to mine, and we progress in both of our weaknesses to maximize the whole.
I love
the
that.
good and the bad.
Yeah.
Being married to a powerhouse, because I believe that we balance each other out. So the challenge, if you was to say what is a challenge, is to make sure that I'm intentional in keeping her first.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're good at different things, bad at different things, but together it all works.
Works out and brings a whole.
Yeah, I don't have no beef.
I love that. I love that.
She inspires me.
She inspires you. Oh man. So Terrell, what about you? Any challenges or areas that could be, a little bit difficult?
So I'm not as eloquent of speech, nor am I as seasoned as this wonderful man of God right here. So I still have challenges. Yeah. My one of the biggest challenges is just to make sure that we leave our hats at the door.
Yes.
We both carry many hats. We both have a lot of responsibilities outside, and what's most important is that we focus on each other.
Yes.
Once we get us out of the door, everything that we did throughout the entire day, that has to be left outside.
Yes.
Now, it does get difficult sometimes where you may struggle with some things, you may go through a lot of things, and that's where we can kind of lean on each other. I love one of the most greatest times of my day is just kind of like having my wife let me know everything that's going on throughout her day.
Yeah.
That way, if somebody stresses her out, if they upset her, frustrate her, that's what my shoulders are for. So that's
Right.
part of just keeping all of our hats at the door and making sure that we're there for each other.
Yeah, that's so important because even with myself and my husband, us both being entrepreneurs, we sometimes bring the business to the bedroom. And then there's times where we just need to leave the business at the front door and just be husband and wife
Yeah.
for the evening because we can get carried away with the conversation
Yeah.
and making everything about business. So that brings me to what sacrifices would you say you guys have had to make? Because both of y'all are business owners and busy in your powerhouses in yourself. But what sacrifices have you specifically had to make to help your wife during her busy season or whatever she's got going on? What sacrifices have you and the family had
So
to make?
that's interesting. So I'm gonna kind of like tag off of what you just said about the bedroom,
Yeah.
right? So when it comes to spaces, right? So we compartmentalize, and I do it all the time because I have so many things that I do. We compartmentalize things, and we make sure we've been doing this thing so long. What I'm about to say that now it's just something that just happens, but we start out with making sure we ask permission
Ooh.
to bring different things in spaces.
Yes.
Because sometimes we might be there might be a time when we are at breakfast on a date or somewhere where we do talk about some business things,
Yes.
but everything is based on permission.
I like
So
that.
if my wife isn't comfortable or don't feel like talking about something, then we don't talk about it, or vice versa. But we're at a space now. You know how when you were young and you're learning how to do something, whether it's brushing your teeth, whether it's whatever it is, right? At first you're super conscious of it. At first you're over aware of it, right?
Yes.
But then once you get your flow, you don't have to think about it.
Right.
And you just know you can read your spouse, you can read each other, and the parts that you can't read, you ask the questions.
Yeah.
So that's what we kind of do in
like
business.
that.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
In
Yes.
business and in ministry, because we both are elders.
Right.
So we both are elders. So I just make sure I digress to her and she digress to me, and we look to put each other first.
I like that. Listen, guys, I need y'all to put that comment in the comment section. Ask permission. I love that concept because sometimes we don't think about that. We just get right into, I want to get this off my chest. I want to get this off my head, but it might not be the right time for your spouse. So asking permission. Now, Terrell, tell me a little bit about the sacrifices that you and your family may have had to make to assist your wife during her busy season.
To be totally honest, I kind of hesitate to call it a sacrifice. The things that my wife has had to sacrifice throughout all of the time since we've been together, for me, it's more of an opportunity. It's when I see her walking in her purpose after she's gone so long helping, pushing me through my purpose,
Yes.
and the two of us carrying our kids to walk in their purpose. I don't think it's a sacrifice at all. It's an honor to be able to watch my wife work, watch her flow, watch her go into these new spaces with new people and do new things and create. And for me, probably the biggest sacrifice for me would be like, to a certain extent, I would say time.
Time.
That would probably be like the biggest challenge I would have because whenever you're doing a new thing, you have to, like Elder Ron said, you have to kind of get into your flow.
Yeah.
And until you get into that flow, you're almost like dancing around each other, because nobody wants to really like do too much or do
Yeah.
too little. So we're trying to figure out what's too much and what's enough. So as we're in early stages of her doing new things, there was a time where she was writing her first book, and she would be able to do that while I worked overnight.
Okay.
Then my job changed. I was home in the daytime. Now the flow changes again.
Gotcha.
So it's just like certain small adjustments that you have to make.
Yes.
And if you understand your wife, if you understand how important it is that what's inside of her gets birthed out of her, it's no issue at all.
Ooh,
It shouldn't be any problem
what's
whatsoever.
inside of her gets birthed out of her. I love that, Terrell. I love that. And I love what you just said about making adjustments to different things as seasons change, right?
Yeah.
So listen, we're going to continue to get into this juicy topic. I have these two amazing husbands here, but we need you to take a quick break, refresh those snacks, refill those drinks, and we'll be right back after this.
Don't miss out on the opportunity to be inspired, informed, and empowered. We are B3 Media TV.